Most Angular developers still don't use signals even in 2025. I'm Amir from Front Decoder, and today I'll show you with 3 real-world examples why that's a big mistake and how signals can make your code cleaner and faster. Let's dive in. Here is a small chat app, live messages from a server. As you can see, I can write a message and I can send a toggle sidebar and a user status in a header. This is the old way of handling live messages list in Angular. First, I make a new messages variable that is empty, a string, and a messages variable that's a plain array. In a constructor, I inject change detection ref for updating the UI, and in ng on init, I start the mock chat service. I use take until for unsubscription, and then I subscribe to messages, as you can see here. And push each new messages into the array. Just it. And then manually call change detector ref dot detect change to update the UI. Now in send method for sending a message, first I trim the new message, and here I check if there is no new message, just return, and I start to send the text into the chat service. And for set message, I just set the new message to a new message variable. Now, in my template, I just use a ULLI and a new syntax for ng4 that's @4, and use li to display the messages. And on destroy, I emit and complete destroy to clean up the subscription. Now in the browser, you can see messages arrives, but all this setup is extra work just to keep the UI in sync. Look at the boilerplate. I have to manage subscription lifecycle manually. I need extra CDR detect change calls for force updates, and my state is just a mutable array, so changes aren't inherently reactive. This time, we're still using the same chat app, but now I'm handling the messages list with a signal instead of a plain array. As you can see, I've replaced messages with signal. Yes. And I comment CDR from constructor. Inside the subscriptions, instead of reassigning the array and forcing change detection, I simply call this.message.update to append the new message. Signals automatically trigger UI updates, so I don't need change detector ref anymore. Right now, I'm using a signal for messages list. The send method is still using the old approach with a plain new messages string. In the comments, let me know how you would prefer to refactor the send method to also use a signal for the input state. Now our second example, it's about toggling a sidebar. If you look at the template, I have a button for toggling and one sidebar. Now, in the TS file, I just define a variable is open. And now, in a toggle method, just implement the toggle logic. See? It's old way, yeah? And it's dirty and messy. And now, look at it, it works fine. Now the second approach is using a signal for toggling. In a signal way, I just define a signal that it's Boolean and it's false. Now, in a toggle method, see, I just use update method again. And here we go. And in the template, I just change the syntax. Now, see, it's very simpler. Now it works. Now, our final example, it's about displaying a status of the user. If you see it, we have an event of toggle status, we have ng class, and we have status to display the user. Now we have an object that's a user with the name of John, and status is, for example, let's see online. Yes. Now in a toggle status method, I started to change the status. If this user the status is online, it's offline, or online. Yes, it's okay. Now, see, it works. Now, why this method? It's not really good. Why? Because we are mutating the object directly, and if the application grows, it causes a lot of problem. Now, I want to handle it with a signal way. I just define a signal. Let me copy the previous object. Okay. Now in toggle status method, I use set method for setting new data. I just copy the previous one, and here I change the status. If it's online, is offline, and online. Okay. Now we should back to the template and change the syntax of user. Fantastic. Now we check everything. It's okay. Now back to the browser. It works. All right. Quick recap before we wrap up. We've just fixed 3 common Angular state mistakes. No more manual change detection, clean, simple toggles, safe object updates. Now your code is cleaner, more reactive, and way easier to maintain. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe for more Angular tips, and let me know in the comments, how are you using signals in your projects?